This video, I'm stood on Grey Road in Hendon, Sunderland, just in front of this fine Victorian terrace called Rectory Terrace. 3-storey houses, they've all got grand entrances. I think most of them probably multi-occupancy now, looking by that one. But Rectory Terrace, and there's a reason why it was called Rectory Terrace. Sunderland has lots of these old street signs on the side of the buildings, and you can just see up there Rectory Terrace. That one's got a bit of paint on it and doesn't look in the best state. Some great street names around here. Salem Hill up there. This is, again, look at these big Victorian tourist houses. You can just see how the ground dips down over there towards the old Hendon burn, which is underground now, and the valley, that's where the Hendon Valley was. But just sort of great name, Salem Hill, and there's, I think that's Salem Street South. Now, there's lots of these long roads in Sunderland which were made up of lots of different individual terraces which have sort of disappeared. Well, some of the street signs are still up, and I never knew this, I've never seen that one before, never even heard of that street. That is up there, if you can see it, is Rutland Terrace. That's a new one. Obviously now everything's just like Grey Road, Chester Road, Durham Road, but if you look up you can see these old names for terraces. My favourite one's General Gordon Terrace on Chester Road, if you remember the film cartoon with Charlton Heston. Now the reason that was called Rectory Terrace was because there used to be a rectory located on that spot there. And never seen that before. That looks some sort of like chapel or small parish church or something. And this is Grey Road, which comes all the way from Riot Road all the way down. I think it's to Hendon Road. It's a dead end nowadays at the very bottom. But on this video, I'm just going to go around to a section of Hendon which doesn't have any streets. All the houses have gone. It's just up here, it's just wasteland now. I think there was something called Kensington Terrace, might have been there, but in the second half of the 1800s, the population of Sunderland, Bishop Wearmouth and Mock Wearmouth was rapidly growing. There was lots of people moved here, there was lots of opportunities, and so these particular parishes and towns expanded, and Hendon was perfect for expansion, just on the southern side of the Bishop Wearmouth and Sunderland. So hundreds of streets were built. Thousands of new homes were built. As you can see, all the streets that were along that bit, they've all gone, and the new ones are being put up. I think it was Harold Square, so I think that was Harold Street. As you can see, it's all just wasteland. I don't know when these streets were demolished. I don't think it was like after the First World War and the Second World War, and there was lots of slum cleavage. I think this is a lot more recent, because you can see by the street signs, not the street signs, sorry, the street lamps. They look modern, so this must be in the last 30 years or so. I can't remember them being here, and I've lived in Sunderland for over 30 years this year. It's a fine house over that. I don't know the history of that one. I'll have to have a look into that. I have got an old map on with me, just so I can work out which street was which. Salem Street itself. And that straight ahead on the other side of this road is Salem Street. Now this must be the size of about 3 or 4 football pitches. What amazes me is how it's never been built on. Considering the housing crisis of all this land, how many flats or houses could you put on here? Probably quite a few hundred, judging by the size of it. There's another one of these terraces. And this one's at Mowbray Road. There's a church. I think it's St. Ignatius or something. I recognise a lot of these street names are on here from stories I've written. That's just the back lane. As you can see, those street lights are fairly old. This one's it's probably technically still is the same street. The street's still the same, just no houses. That's Amberley Street, and from memory, there's quite a few mariners and ship's captains who lived around here back in the 1800s and so on. And I think there's another back lane, and then the final street there is Harrogate Street. As you can see, even over there where there is houses, they're relatively built in the last 40 years or so. So there was lots of these streets were all taken down. You can see there's more modern houses. Again, it's just a huge piece of land, just with nothing on it. I think they would have built something on it by now. That was just a tour of some of the lost streets of Hendon. So thanks for watching. If you do like it, give it a like and click on the subscribe for the next video. So thank you very much for watching.